Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the mods for Wednesday the 18th of June. We've also got 28 updates today. So we've got the Rotner H21D Steep Slope Pack by HR Forst and Fahrzeugbau, the Super Duty Pickup by Roughneck Modding Crew, Massey Ferguson 600 Series by Blauer, the Modernised Flour Mill by AW Modding ABP Team, the Valentini Mammoth Series by SMI Modding Team, the American Midwest Maintenance Shop by ICAS. We've got the Extended Goods and Productions by Fazda, the John Deere 8R Pack by Just Farming, the Mechanical Log Leveler Pack by HR Forst and Fahrzeugbau, the Lizard Forest Trailer Pack by HR Forst and Fahrzeugbau, the Kuhn GMD Compact F Pack and GMD 100 Pack, both by Agrar Design Austria. We have got the Alatalkari Winter Equipment by AEN Design, the Old Storage Shed by Black Sheep Modding, the Lizard TARDIS by Omatana, Case IH Magnum 340 400 Series Special Edition FL by Mac Tracker 921. We have got the Time Saving Logistics by TW Productions, the Polish Wooden Shed by Cookson, Lizard Weight Pack by Cookson, the Clamp SKS Pack by HR Forst and Fahrzeugbau, Lizard Subsoiler MT by Black Sheep Modding, Windmill by the Lorts, the Tego 100XR by Patrick, Tool Height Control for Headers by DD Mod Passion, the Trailer Lifter by Owner Emre, the Seats Add-on by DD Mod Passion, the Liquids Handling Truck Train by BDBSSB and Dogface, and the Class Zerion 4200 to 5000 by Hans. They have all had updates. So, in front of me, we have got the Bunker Wall Set by Modding Association Bäxxter. Now, this has a required mod with this mod, and that is the Bunker Silo Pack, which was Modding Association Katsuo, I think, if I recall correctly. This is 6.07 megabytes download, 1s, 2s and 3s on the slot count. Now I haven't put this together so it's a completed bunker. I just want to show you the modularity of it. We've got tyres, we've got different wall sets, and the wall sets with this as well have the option for a low and high setting on our customization. We also have a drain bit, but I think I might have put, no, if I put it around the wrong way, then, or maybe I did put it around the wrong way. That's curious. Anyway, I put the drain bit in and then put some chaff in to see whether or not the wall had any clipping, and it does. It's quite a thick wall, and it does actually clip through the wall a little bit. And I haven't gone particularly high either, but there's a little bit of clipping through the wall to see if it would stop it from coming out the front. And it seems to, but like I say, I might have that the wrong way around. Potentially. But it looks like it does have a collision, so that should stop stuff coming at the front. We've got a wooden section here as well, almost like a chipboard sort of plywood type thing. So you can put that inside of clamps, so you can, it doesn't have to be a silage clamp, it can be, you know, just a storage bunker. Tyres and connectors and things of that nature. So, if we go into here and go down to our silos, you'll see, so that's the previous pack, the Bunker Silo base pack. So I think they're just, you can use them together. It doesn't stipulate, interestingly, that you should use the first one. I guess what it's doing on the images, it's showing the base plates, because I haven't put a base plate down, the base plates are in the original pack, which is the required mod. Anyway, that being said, if we come down to here, we're now on the bunker wall set. So the bunker wall set, there's our wall section. If I pick one of those and turn that, these only go 90 degrees. Low and high section on those, so you can change our bunkers. We've got our end walls. So with this one you can, I think you can go, like if I went like that, then took the next one, did that and went high with it, I think. There we go. So you could do a clamp like that. If you wanted to, you can have a fiddle around and do all sorts of stuff. Come down from there, we've got our corner pieces. We've got our T-piece for middle of clamps if you want to do that. This has the same option, low and high, so you can really go to town on this. You've got the wall section. This does not have an option for low or high, that is as it comes. We've then got the bunker wall drain. So potentially, I suppose, so that's weird though. The other thing to do would be to put it around that way maybe, and have this run on the side of each of the bunkers, or would it be on the inside? but then that would leave quite the gap, wouldn't it? Let's do it that way. Anyway, there is a drain. Then we've got the tyre wall set just there on the end, so you can have a fiddle around and sort of, yeah, just make it your own. That's the bunker wall set. Next and behind, we have got this. This is the Manor House in Krajow. 45.33 megabytes download by LeoLeo. 27 slots, 90,000 to buy. Under farmhouses, because it does have a sleep trigger. Actually, I didn't check around the back to see if it had a wardrobe trigger. This is based upon a real building. There you go. Wardrobe trigger on the back. Nicely made and detailed. But as far as farmhouses go, it's a fair size. But like I say, detailing it, it's very nice indeed. So that you'll find under your farmhouses. Just there, no customization option. It comes just like that. Actually, I better double check that. I didn't put it in my notes. Yeah, no customization options. It comes like that. That's the Manor House in Krajow. Next, we've got the decorative car pack. We've got quite a few in this. A selection of the decorative cars. So this is 37.63 megabytes download, 2s, 3s, 4s and 5s by Shumino modding. They're 1,000 each and they have customization options. Not all of them, but some of them. We come into our build mode, come down to here and go along to our others. No, not others. Decoration. I will show you the selection. So we've got the sort of the older FS19, not a 19, FS22, possibly some 19 ones. And then we've got some of the more, say, modern, the newer versions, vans and vehicles and pickups and things like that, of which I have placed some, including the new Skoda, cement lorry. Well, it depends how you refer to that. Different people will call them different things. Mixer lorry, let's just call it mixer lorry. Forklift, dump truck, school buses, and then onto the more oriental type ones. But if we go to if any of them have a customization option, you can change the colours on them. I think the colour palette is pretty much the same on each one. If we go to another one that's got a colour option, there we go. Or maybe not, that one had green, that's got dark grey on it as well as the white. So yeah, so you can really sort of go to town on decorating your maps, placing them as I did when I did my Apocalypse series. I had like traffic stopped at junctions and car accidents and vehicles abandoned and that kind of thing. It just gives you the scope to do that, and because you've got you've got a much larger selection of colour choices, it does mean you can have a real play around with what you do for placing of them. But once placed as well, they're nicely made and detailed. They're not, you know, not overly smooth, let's just say that. So that's the decorative car pack. Now we move on to this, the food warehouse, just here. This is 10.94 megabytes download, 17 slots, 125,000 to buy by Raider. This you'll find, this was under, I remember it was now, it was under tools. Come across to our tools, just there, 125 grand. There was no customization option on this either, it comes as it is. We've got our point out the front here, pallets spawn out here. So this is a pallet spawning warehouse, but this is a food warehouse. So this will only do food products, it doesn't do everything. Hence the reason it's called the food warehouse. So we click on that and you can roll through. So there's none of the other options for rope and unless you've got very, very strong teeth. I don't know how the cement block snuck in there. I was just thinking, oh, maybe it's not then, but I'm sure the description said it was the food products only. It's that moment where you think, hang on a minute, my food warehouse where you can buy everything from the food products category in pallets. There you go. If you're feeling particularly hungry and you want something that's really going to fill you up, cement brick is the way to go. Prices, I think, are pretty much the same as the base game. You can't go into the building, but it's quite the proposition, and as I said, your pallets will then spawn out here once you've purchased them. I like the loading dock idea, that's really cool. Even with the steps up on the end as well, so back your vehicles up, load away to your heart's content. Happy days. Oh, I did have someone the other day say to me that on some of my mod reviews I've showed pallets and things, and when I go up to them like that, it shows us it's liftable, and theirs aren't liftable. I've got the liftable pallets and bales mod by Yoss in place as well, so potentially anything that spawns that is a base game pallet, generally speaking, then becomes liftable. Sometimes on mods where it's not a base game commodity, it's something that someone else has made. Sometimes they're not, unless they specify or they do something to XMLs and all whiz-bangery to do with modding. That could be why. So that is the food warehouse. Next we have got the old grain storage pack by LeoLeo. We've got 2 buildings. I'm sure we had these on 22. This is 58.44 megabytes download, 19 slots and 18 slots. These you will find under sheds. We've got an old version and a modernised. And when I say modernised, if you look at the old version, you've got all these we got all these windows. They're not cavities, they are windows. And we've also got a wall section in the middle on this one. We've got lighting, light switches over the back, pillars in the middle, ramps and bits and bobs, and door at either end. That's the old version. The modernised version, a lot of the windows are bricked up. You can see the gaps where they used to be, windows bricked up. And this one has had the centre section taken out to make it a much larger... I mean, it's the same size building. When I say larger, sort of drive-through, let's just say that. And I think with this one as well, I don't think the end door opened on the old version, but it does on the new version. It's little bits like that. Yeah, I don't think this one opens, but this one's got a ramp and does open. So build mode and sheds just there. So the old version is 85 grand, the new version is 90 grand. No customization options, they come just as they are. That's the old grain storages pack. Come around the back, we've got the Techmagri Discocrop 2000 just over here. This is 12.89 megabytes download, 7 slots, 6 meters wide, no options on it by E.T.A. La Marchoise. It is under disc harrows. It's not under disc harrows, it's under cultivators. Or maybe, yeah, I suppose. Discs, it is disc harrows, isn't it? I suddenly thought, no, that's not the right word. Yes, it is. There we go. There's our Techmagri. 160 horsepower required. Nice and straightforward. I have it folded at the moment. We should start the engine. Unfold. We don't have any option for deep or shallow cultivation. That option there for up and down is that rear section there. So you can raise and lower that if you want to. Drop the whole rig. Usually disc harrows shallow cultivate, as you can see there you go. Shallow cultivation. It is, yeah, nice and straightforward. The Techmagri Discocrop 2000. Next, we have this little bundle. This is the Mahindra Retriever Plus. This is by Rowley Christie 1 VSR Modding Sur, 15.12 megabytes download, 9 slots for the base vehicle, and then we have got 5 slots and 5 slots. We've got we've got a trailer, and then we've got a liquids trailer. Now the liquids trailer is pretty cool because it takes pretty much anything. I've got rice oil in that at the moment. I don't know why I'd be transporting rice oil, but I've got rice oil. Some nice options on this all around. So, if we go up to our vehicles, cars and bikes, that's where you'll find the Mahindra Plus, just there. So options on this, we've got 460 there, the 460. Actually, what is the capacity? I'm sure it's 460 litres. Yeah, 500, thereabouts. Or we've got the 1380, 1400 litres. Now, in that configuration, I couldn't get that to fill up from multi-fruit buy points or anything like that. Buy silos, buy anything silos, that kind of thing. So I'm assuming you're going to have to tip into that. There might be some that work, some that don't, but the ones I've got placed, I couldn't fill it up because I wanted to see what it did. In that configuration, there's no option for what's the word? Tension straps. No option for tension straps. So we've got no antennas, with antennas. It puts an antenna on. I've got one of those on. I like the old whiplash area on certain things. Then we've got prints. I'm not going to go through all of them, but we've got camouflage prints. There's a whole load of different camouflage prints. That one says scales, but that looks like pebbles to me. It says scales, but anyway. Carbon fibre. Oh, maybe I'm going to go for more hexagons. Doodle. And back to original. Attachers, standard or 3-point. Depending on what you're going to be running on the back of it. We've got main colour, anything on that palette. Design colour does the rest of it, so all of that. Rim colour and license plate option on there as well. Come out of there and we go to our trailers. So just there, we've got the Salac, give it barrel trailer configuration, 1600, 3200, all the same options for our print. I think I went for the doodle on the one I've got, but if you haven't gone for that, if you've gone for the standard, then you've got the option for main colour, rim colour, license plate 2, and then this one here, like I say, all the stuff that it'll do milk, buffalo milk, it'll do bottled milk, it'll do goat milk, as you can see, rice oil, grape juice, it does everything, all the various canola oils, you know, which a lot of the liquids tankers don't do. So we go, 3,600 litre, same thing again, you've got all the different, so standard like that, then all the print colours if you want to go for that. Main colour, design colour does that. Next design colour does the framework. Rim colour, license plate, so the main colour does the actual trailer bed itself. License plate option on there too. So if we start this up. Actually, I'll show you, I don't know how close we can get on this. You'll be able to see the doodles. Oh yeah, it's pretty close, look. Lots of little drawings, faces, we're just doodles, just weird stuff, you know. So this one does have the option to manually open and close the rear bit, which I suppose if you haven't got that top bit on and you've got tension strap options, because I've got nothing coming up for tension straps. For unload here, stop unloading. That was that one. That was it. Bit of the old. Let's say I think buggies and stuff like that. I don't mind a whiplash aero. I'm not a big fan of them on the lorries and stuff, but on this sort of vehicle, I kind of like it. Up to 60 mph. Yeah, nice bit of kit that. There you go. The Mahindra Retriever Plus. Next we've got the wheel loader shovel pack. Now, here's the thing. This is representative of the 3 in this pack. So, 1.65 megabytes download, 2, 3 and 2 on the slot count by MacTrucker921. If we go into here and we come to our wheel loader tools, you'll see down the bottom here, so there we go. High tip bucket, rock bucket, spade nose, and then we've got our high dump bucket. Combinations, it will tell you what they'll work with if you click on combinations. So it'll work on any of them, which is pretty cool. And here's the thing, so each one has an option. We've got 8,000 litre or 50,000 litre unrealistic with the main colour. Now, that's all well and good. However, what it doesn't have, it depends what you use this on. I'm assuming this is designed to work with the case Magnum pack, which has weight options on the tractor and that kind of thing, because that has a wheel loader option on it. Because if you've put it in the 50,000 litre capacity option on the wheel loaders, it's too heavy. It won't work. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. What it has got though, on all 3 of these, is lights on them, which is absolutely brilliant, because when you've got that in front of the lights of the vehicle, you get this dark zone, you can't really see anything. This reduces or gets rid of that dark zone, so you can actually see what you're working on in front of you. The main colour options, anything on that palette, on all 3 of them. So I've got the 50,000 litre option, but obviously on a this is not a small wheel loader either. If you can find a weight that will attach onto those attachers, the Mantrid lightweight used to work for that kind of thing. We haven't got that yet on 25, have we? if I start my engine and try to lift that with 50,000 litres in it, it just won't lift. So I think there's going to be quite specific things that's designed to work with. But if we go like that and like that and like that, you'll see it's got its lights on it, which is really good because, I mean, you can still ready, you can see out in front of you, no problem at all. Which without them, you can't. If I do, actually, is that working? Oh, it's actually working quite well. Anyway, so yeah, just to show you that, and just as a warning, like I say, it's going to depend what you use those with. But you're going to need to use them with weights, whatever you do, I would suggest. Anyway, moving on from that, that is the wheel loader shovel pack. We've got the Volvo L260. Now we've got the L120, we've got the L180, and the 180 is a beast. This is the 260, more of a beast. As far as I can tell, it was kind of difficult. It looks identical to the 180. It's just got a bit more grunt, bit more get up and go. 17.52 megabytes download by SETKA simulators, 19 slots for the vehicle, and this does actually come with a bucket, which is 2 slots. But what I will say with this, actually, not what I'm going to do, because this was a 180, wasn't it? Yep, it is. Let's disconnect that. Oops. Tool is not compatible. I just had it on there. What are you talking about? What are you chatting about, man? I mean, it looks... I mean, I haven't got all the options on this one. Oh no, it's still... It's the frame... Oh, it does look bigger, doesn't it? Yeah, look at it. That's a... Oh yeah. She big! Right. Like it. I like it a lot. What's cool about this as well is it shifts 35 miles per hour. See the speed this, and we get going, look. We're off. Whoosh. You need to get around the map, you need to get around your site, you need to do whatever you're doing. This thing does not hang about. Look at it. It's an absolute rocket. Don't think we had any other options for doors or windows. There's our horn, lights, beacons if you've gone for them. So I'll take back what I said, because when you look at the pictures, the images, we go back in. Oh, we haven't been into here yet, have we? Let's go into here and have a look at it, shall we? Let's go to wheel loaders. So yeah, you look there, the 180. I suppose, to be fair, if you look at the 120, then the 180, then the 260, the images, they look identical. The images look identical. But I suppose next to each other, you suddenly think, oh, actually, that is bigger. So there's our 260. Safety frame, we've got no. Actually, we go, yes, I think it's on the back, isn't it? Puts lights over the, puts grids over the lights. Design 1. Design 2 puts that grid on. Design 3 puts that and that on. Nice. Safety beacon, yes or no. Beacon lights, design 1 or design 2. Design 1 is up top, which I think the L180 I've got has got that. Then this one, I've put them down by the sides just to protect them from me, really. License plate option on there as well. Those are our choices. 433 horsepower. Actually, what I'm going to do, seeing as, let's do that. I wonder, has this got a bit more, has this got the minerals? Nope. Nope. Even that big brute. So there we go. Very nice indeed. The Volvo L260. Next we have got this Mercedes. Yes, I don't care what anyone says. I know we're on console, it's still a Mercedes. This is the Mercedes-Benz MB Trac, the Lizard Trac series, 86.31 megabytes download, 26 slots, 26 slots, 25 slots by Bremy 456. Now, one that I better not forget, this was earlier on, but it goes with this, I think. This is the Stoll Super 1 by Bremy 456, 3.89 megabytes download, 3 slots. This is under front loaders. And this has a front loader attacher which says Stoll. They're both by the same modder, so I'm making the assumption that that kind of is supposed to go with that. This has 3 different tractor options, and some of the options are the same. So we go to small tractors. There's our Trac 700 440. our Trac 440 and Trac 441. This comes down to engine size, really. That's it. But what we've got here, so the 700, we've got 68 horsepower. Now this comes with an important piece of information which I quite clearly have missed on other mods, probably, unless it hasn't been put on other mods. It says, caution, only use motor setup with manual transmission if you change gears manually. So if you're going to do manual driving, manual gear changing, use the manual. Otherwise, you won't get to top speed, or you might not reach top speed. So some of the mods I've had before, where I've accelerated, it doesn't seem to want to change gear. That's because if you've gone for the manual option, some of them do. You go for the manual option, it still changes gear like it's an automatic, unless you've got it set to manual. So what it's saying is, if you want it to change gear all the way up, you probably want automatic. Unless you are going 100% realistic and you are changing gears manually, then go for the manual option. Just a word of warning. So that's the sort of choices there. We've got the standard and then automatic. Then we got optimized. So we start at 68 horsepower and then go 78 horsepower, automatic. Then optimized to 100 horsepower, then back to 68. So 100 horsepower is the highest this one goes up to. We've got Trelleborg, Vredestein, Michelin, Mitas, Bäxxter, back again. I think some of the others have more options. Now you notice on this one, as we go folded further down, the other ones have this, but this one doesn't. There's an option to protect the wheel nuts, the lugs. This one doesn't have it. So we have got main colour, and then you've got used. That takes £8 off the price. If you go for a used one, yes, it looks scuffed up, it looks a bit more worn, look at the difference between the two, but knocks £8 off. So if you don't mind a bit of patina, you can save yourself a bit of money. We've then got Silver Thistle, which all of them have, Grey White, Sap Green, Family, Communal, and back to that again, which they all have. Front loader attachment, 3-point. Hood protection, no. It's not front loader attachment, front attachment. We've got folding window, front, rear, both. I went for both. Additional lights, yes. Beacon lights, additional lights and beacon lights. Telescopic mirrors, yes or no. Attacher type, this on the back. Got standard, which is quite a high attacher, or low. So that's a pin hitch, that's a ball hitch, but it does put it lower. But it just does have a pin hitch up the top. It just drops it down so you can have multiple. Adds £4 on, so the price is going up. Subframe, this on the back here, yes or no. That's like a weight thing. There's no option for putting anything on there. I love the fact it's got the back of the 3-point link stored on there. I don't think there's tension straps, I'll double check it. Side guards, yes or no, adds extra onto the sides there, as you can see. Steering system. Now I couldn't work out what changed on that. So I said steering system. Oh no, was that inside? Yes it was, I remember now. Look, so inside you've got a standard steering wheel, that's GPS. It puts a GPS unit, I remember now, it's GPS unit on the top, puts a monitor inside, and it puts the, is it like Trimble, that kind of thing, around the steering wheel. So that's your GPS system. Top cabin detail is on, you can turn it off, so if you don't want these sort of darker green decals. Remote valves, we've got 2, you can have 3 on the back, which takes you from 4 to 6, technically. Front loader, well, it's ins and outs, isn't it? Flows. Front loader attacher. So, Stoll, that's what I was talking about. No, that's it. And then we've got, this has the option for, if you've got running precision farming, boom, you can put that on there as well. I've got precision farming on, I don't always have it on when I do my testing, so there probably have been other tractors that have had that option, and I haven't shown them, because I don't always have it on my test map, so I think I'm going to leave it on from now on. But it does have the option for precision farming. Then this is rim colour. Now, I messed around with that, and I couldn't work out what changed, because there wasn't a rim option, was there? Anyway, it says that, and the license plate option there as well. So, come down to the next one. Most of the options are identical. Front attachment, folding window, additional lights, telescopic mirrors, all those things are pretty much the same. What changes on this one is it starts at 75 horsepower, then automatic. Then we go 85 horsepower, automatic. Then we go to the Trac 800, it says 78, automatic, 90, automatic. Then we go up to optimised at 125 horsepower, which I think is the highest it goes, then automatic as well. Again, if you want it to reach top speed. So 125 horsepower, Trelleborg, Vredestein, Michelin, Mitas, Bäxxter, Nokian, back Trelleborg. I'll run through a set on these. Standard, narrow 2, medium. You notice how much the wheel track think it might be the last one the wheel track changes the most. Medium, wide, wide, wide 2, standard. Then same thing with this as the options. You've got the used option, and then it runs through all the same options the previous one had. What did change on this one? There was something else. Steering system, attacher type, top cabin, remote valves. Oh yeah, wheel nut protection, that's what we're talking about. That's got wheel nut protection. Yes or no. Same options, front loader, and all the rest of it. We've gone to the final one, the Trac 441. This is the Trac 1000 441. Starts 95 horsepower, automatic. 100 horsepower, automatic. 110, automatic. Then we go to optimised, 150 horsepower and automatic. So 150 horsepower, no slouch. Trelleborg, Michelin, Mitas, Vredestein, Nokian, BKT, back again. Now if we go to this one, standard, narrow. Which one of these had? I'm sure one of these had a... There we go. If we go from that, standard, to narrow, it really widens the wheel track on that. So this is another one. Have a fiddle around with the tyre choices. There are a whole load to choose from. And you'll go through and it'll be that one you'll go, oh, that's it. You know, whatever it might be. Same with our main colour. Front attachment, folding window, additional lights, telescopic mirrors, attached type, subframe, side guards, steering system, cabin details, valves, wheel nut protection, front loader, Vario Pro. And there we go. So, let me just check. Yeah, so L1, nothing. R1, right stick side to side, does the front window. Right stick up and down. So if you went for the options to open and close, whether it was front, rear or both, I went for both. So let's go like that. And like that. Lights, beacon, horn. I think I used this on Krajow on FS25. And the version I had, it just didn't seem to have enough grunt. It didn't want to do enough. I didn't go for a front 3-point on this one. I went for the frame, the protection frame. But these are, I mean, like I say, it's really nicely detailed. Lots going on. So, interior. Very nice. Then if we go L1, R1, left stick side to side. What did that do? That changed something. Oh, it was the arm. It was the buddy seat. There we go. Buddy seat folds up and down like that. Then we've got from the outside L1, R1, right stick side to side does the door, and then right stick up and down. Don't you see the windows? The windows go up and down as well. That's cool. Nice option. Excellent. If we come back into here and we go to our front loaders, you will see the Stoll Super 1, £3,000. You've got sealing plugs on the sides where the tubes are. Or not. Always better to have them that way you don't get mud and muck and water in there. It doesn't rust them out. Hydraulics. We've got standard. We've got no additional connections. We've got no hydraulic hoses, so just the pipes but no hoses. And then we got takes the connections and hoses off, so all sorts going on there. Then back to standard. Main colour, anything on that palette. Interesting, it doesn't have the colour options that match up with, although it's by the same modder. And like I say, this particular tractor only has a Stoll option for a front loader. But what's cool about this as well, if I raise and lower that, you notice the support legs are staying as they are. I actually have to fold that away. And then when you come to put it down, fold it out, put it down, and you can detach it. Yeah, there you go. Looking at the stick to the right. Very nice indeed. Mercedes. Very nice indeed. The Lizard Trac series, which brings on to the last of the mods for Wednesday. And it's this, these. There are two of these. This is a weird one actually. I don't know why this was not done as one mod. I must admit, to be fair, the same as the one at the start, the bunker wall set. I don't know why the bunker silo pack didn't just get an update. And the update was those additional bits. It's because otherwise, because now you've got that and the other one as a required mod. Anyway, so this has got two separate vehicles. The only things I could see different were the horsepower. So I'm not sure why it didn't run through on one model. There are going to be some other subtle differences. This is the Fent 700 Vario Gen 6 by Bayern-Agrar. It is 57.83 megabytes download, 23 slots each. So if we come into here and we go to our medium tractors, you'll find them there. So it's 718, 724, 718, 724. Same prices, and I thought, well, that's weird. Well, surely are they just the same thing? Well, I don't. So let's have a look, shall we? Now, this power settings, that's all to do with in-cab. And I've said this before. If you are a Fent fan, a Fent fanatic, you'll know what all the differences are. We've got power setting 1, 2. This changes joysticks, little controls, buttons and things, which the real world versions have. We've then got Power Plus setting 1, setting 2. We've got Profi setting 1. When I put Profi setting 1 on, it adds, notice down in the settings, it adds roof display down there. If I put that on, yes, it puts a roof display up there, which I think is one of the options later on, which gives you the option to adjust that monitor, I think, because I couldn't find any option for that. If we go back to there, so, hang on. So then we're on Profi setting 2. Profi Plus setting 1, Profi Plus setting 2, back to power setting 1. I think that was it, wasn't it? Yeah. So then we start with our horsepowers. So we've got 150 horsepower and 171 horsepower at 40 kilometers per hour. Then we've got 150 horsepower, 171 horsepower at 50 kilometers per hour. So it does the 40s, then the 50s. In those, we have got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, back to Trelleborg. I will show you a selection. So we've got wheel weights 2, wides, wide and weights 2, rear twin, twin, narrow, back to standard. Beacon lights, left, right, both. Warning signs, yes or no? I think I went for yes. Front parts, on the front here we have got spring holder, hood protection, no. Then we've got design line, we've got the cover on the exhaust, or full design line, which does the front as well. I think I've said this repeat, because there's a few different mod packs by Agrar Design, Bayern-Agrar, not Agrar Design, Bayern-Agrar. So that was the design line. We move on to the cabin. So at the moment we're on panorama cabin. You've then got panorama cabin with door right. So if you take that off, that's panorama. Then you've got an option with a door, although the gubbin's in the way. Then you've got a default cabin, which puts the standard window back in with the door either side. So if you want full panorama, you got all that. Power takeoff at the front at the moment is 3-point only. You can add the power takeoff if you want it. Front of the attacher, quick, Hauer, Fent cargo Profi, no. And again, I think that was part of the pack. There was a, let me just check. I'm sure there was. I'm not misremembering this. Let me just check. Bayern-Agrar. Yes. So we've had the Fent 700, Fent 500, Fent 700, so Gen 6, Gen 7, the Fent 500, Gen 3, all from Bayern-Agrar. The Fent Cargo pack was the front loaders, which had those options. The Fent Cargo Profi and Fent Cargo in them, and there's a Fent weight pack as well by Bayern-Agrar. So those, and I'm sure on one of the previous versions that the only front loaders that would work on that particular model were the ones from that pack. So that might be something to bear in mind. Although it doesn't say it's a required mod for this. And we've got main colour. Anything on that palette. Design colour. I think it does the roof, doesn't it? Yep, does the roof. Rim colour, license plate option there as well. So move on to the next one. All our other options will set up beacon lights, warning signs, front parts, design line, panorama cabin, power takeoff. I think everything else is the same. What's different is up the top here. I think the power settings stay the same, it's here. So we start at 188 horsepower, 209, 228, 246, then back to 188. So that's at 40 kilometers per hour. Then we do the same again at 50 kilometers per hour, 188, 209, 228, 246. So I say I don't know why it didn't go the whole range all the way through. 150, 171, then 188, then I don't know. All on one, because like I say, there are probably going to be some other subtle differences that like I say, unless you've got them next to each other and you go around with a fine-tooth comb, it's going to be difficult. And again, if you're a Fent fan, you will say it's not difficult to tell, it's obvious. Again, I'm just, layman's terms, let's just say that. And I'm pretty sure Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, back again. Let's go standard wheel weights. Wheel weights 2, wides weights 2, rear twin, narrow, back to standard. Yeah, I think it's pretty much the same. So let's hop out, hop in, start it up. So L1, right stick side to side, opens and closes the rear window. Right stick up and down, does the sunroof. R1, right stick side to side, does our hazard signs if you've gone for the hazard signs. And these have the LEDs on them as well, so lights and indicators if you've gone for the LED option on those hazard signs as well. Then we've got L1, R1, left stick side to side did the door. Then the other two, we got L1, R1, right stick up and down and right stick side to side, and I can't find anything that changes. So what I'm thinking is possibly the screen that was there, if you went for that option, maybe it moves that, because I can't find anything else that's moving on those two options. So I'm thinking it's probably that. Lights, beacons. Sounds nice. Interior looks nice. Like I say, it's all these things down here that will change on the various different Profi Plus power settings, those kind of things. So you can really drill down onto a particular make, model, type, and again, that comes down to, it might be you run one, you have run one, your family's owned one, and you want a specific model. And it's cool that modders are making them, you know, that you can go that detailed to pick specific models and details for a particular thing. So that's the Fent 700 Vario Gen 6 by Bayern-Agrar, and that's it for the mods for Wednesday the 18th of June. I hope you found all of this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.